It is time for our news summary from CBA. In our studio, Hargeisa, this is me, Hamse Daabjeerin. A second meeting between Somaliland President and the opposition parties concluded without breakthrough in the contested issue of the upcoming local and parliamentary elections. The chairman of UID party blamed the president and the chairman of Wadani party for the stalemate, while Wadani officials laid the responsibility on the president alone. This followed the meeting that occurred on Saturday, 29 June, at the presidential palace in a bid to break deadlock over issues of local and parliamentary elections. The meeting ended without any breakthrough on the two most pressing issues. Wadani party seeks modification in how political parties nominate the members of the Electoral Commission and the immediate suspension of the current National Electoral Commission. The president meanwhile says the current commission should finish its term and the nomination process be discussed after the next elections. The chairman of UID party, Faisal Ali Warape, blamed President Pihi and the chairman of Wadani party, Abdurrahman Abdullahi Irro, for the stalemate. On the other hand, Wadani party's member of parliament, Ahmed Yusuf Aidid, put the blame squarely on the president. He alleged that the president failed to deliver on the good news he promised to public and to facilitate political compromise. 5 foreign workers were assaulted and admitted to hospital in Somaliland's boat town Perpera. The victims, who are Bangladesh and Indians, were assaulted by people identified as local workers. The 4 young workers sustained injuries on their heads, ranging from light to serious wounds. CBA Somali Service reporter said the victims were working on construction site inside Perpera. Recently, local laborers in Perpera complaining of foreigners taking over their jobs, saying private companies are bringing to the country foreigners to do the same jobs done by the locals. The governor of Sahel region said the perpetrators are still at large, but the situation of the city is calm and under control. This is the first attack of its kind in Somaliland on foreign workers in the country. Puntland state of Somalia has reached the decision to increase taxes on goods imported from Somaliland. The Minister of Finance of Puntland, a regional province in Somalia, said the mainstay imported goods from Somaliland will be taxed 100%. The items that Puntland increased the taxes include fuel for vehicles and jet fuels. Puntland Ministry of Finance further said that unnecessary stuffs, including building materials and office furnishing, will be taxed 200%. The circular issued by the Ministry of Finance was sent to Codka, Sanag and Sol regions and were informed to put the order into operation. The pressure on the imposition of increasing taxes on goods imported from Somaliland will be felt. It is traders who imported electoral materials from Perpera port. Somalia marked 59th anniversary of independence from the Italian colony as well as the union of south and northern parts of the country on Sunday. President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo led other senior government officials to mark the occasion at Konis Stadium in Mogadishu. The head of state presided over a colorful ceremony before receiving guard of honor from Somalia's army forces. In his brief speech, the president urged the citizens to be patriotic in order to serve the nation. Farmajo particularly called upon the young people to play a key role in the stabilization of the nation and follow the path of forefathers that bravely fought for the independence of the Horn of Africa state. The federal government of Somalia protested to the Kenyan government a recent tweet which referred to Somaliland as a country. Somalia has summoned the Kenyan ambassador to Somalia, retired Lieutenant General Lucas Tumbo, and handed him a protest letter. Somalia argued that 27 June tweet represented an affront to Somalia's sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity. The tweet in question was sent out by the Twitter account of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and reported an meeting between Somaliland Minister of Foreign Affairs Yassin Haji Mahmoud and the first principal of Kenya's Foreign Ministry, Macharia Kamau. It is said the interest between the officials discussion issues of mutual interest between the two nations. Somalia and Kenya are caught up in bitter marine border dispute that are adjudicated in the International Court of Justice. The recruitment between Somaliland and Kenya is seen by Somalia as an attempt to pressure her to yield for Kenya's demands. In Sudan, police fired tear gas at protesters in Khartoum on Sunday as thousands gathered for a mass demonstration against Sudanese ruling generals amid international calls for restraint to avoid a new deadly crackdown. Sunday's mass demonstrations were the first since security forces on June 3rd killed more than 100 people during the bloody dispersal of protest camp outside the military headquarters, the focal point of the protesters' months-long struggle for democracy. Protesters said there was a huge turnout in the capital Khartoum, despite a widespread internet blackout, as they insisted to make their demands heard. Reports say that the military and the riot police are using tear gas, live ammunition and stun grenades to try and disperse the crowd. And that's our news summary for this time. Thanks for watching on CBA. I am Hamse Daabjeerin.